Honor, Mr. Manish Joshi is the Deputy Commissioner Education of the Thane Municipal Corporation. Apart from that, he is the Zonal Deputy Commissioner, Thane Municipal Corporation, Deputy Commissioner, Local Body Tax, Octroi Department, and Municipal Secretariat. We are proud to say that Mr. Joshi has always had a different approach towards education. He has involved the corporate sector through the CSR activity, NGOs, and the community at large in many educational projects and schemes. This is his biggest achievement. He has always been demand-driven. This means he has studied and understood the needs for changes to be made in education and has accordingly executed the same. This is evident from the different educational schemes that he has launched through the Thane Municipal Corporation during the academic year of 2016 and 17. He fosters the thought that the soul in education, there has to be passion. This passion should not only be in teachers, but the entire community. After realizing this passion in Parisar Asha, he has been instrumental in upgrading the status of schools by choosing us to support 7 Thane Municipal Corporation schools, English and Marathi mediums. It would be inappropriate if this special contribution is not highlighted here. The Signal School helps children who live at Signals to get formal education. The Mumbra Girls Football League, an effort to get girls into the mainstream and give girls equal opportunity to prove their mettle. Bal Snehalaya, a rehabilitation center for abandoned children. Here children are given the care and dignity that is even human beings' right. He has been an extensive support to Parisar Asha for spreading the awareness and imparting quality education. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, and will request you to please come on stage. I would request Ms. Aarti Sahoot to kindly facilitate Mr. Joshi. Please, sir.
Honorable Sheikh Sumanji, trustees of Parisar Asha, Aarti Sahoot Madam, and my colleagues. First of all, I would like to thank Sheikh Sumanji for such kind words that he spoke about me. It's really a matter of honor to be indirectly felicitated by such a great man. Definitely my idol, because I've been observing him since 1985, since Utsav, and whatever impression I had about him today is really concretized when I heard him speaking live right in front of me. It's really an honor to be invited for this lovely creative summit that has been organized by Parisar Asha, who through their activity-based experiential learning pedagogy, through their various professional upgradation skills for the teachers, who through their various positive helpline for the parents, who through their concept of providing mentors for the schools have succeeded in placing the child right at the center of education. You must be wondering that I just listed 4 to 5 initiatives taken by Parisar Asha. Definitely, I read their brochure, I memorized them, and I'm speaking. But friends, I'd like to make one thing very clear. I am a witness to all these initiatives. Because Parisar Asha, as you are all aware, that all municipal corporations are facing one problem. आपल्याला कल्पनाच असेल की कुठलीही महानगरपालिका त्याच्यात मराठी मीडियम आहे, उर्दू मीडियम आहे, हिंदी मीडियम आहे आणि इंग्लिश मीडियम आहे. मराठी मीडियमचा जो पट आहे तो कंटिन्यूस घसरत आहे आणि म्हणून इंग्लिश मीडियमची मागणी भरपूर आहे. But what exactly is happening is we don't have the competent teachers. The method of teaching is outdated. The whole atmosphere is not inspirational. There is no motivation. But at the same time, there is an immense pressure from the community to start maximum English medium schools. So I was really facing this problem. Parisar Asha stepped in. I interacted with Savur madam. And when I happened to see their interactive worksheets, I was really impressed. Because I come from a time when, as our exams came by, we had only one thing before us, Navneet ki guide. एक बार नवनीत की गाइड सामने आ गई कि फटाक से लर्न करने का, समझ में आए नहीं आए और एग्जाम में उतार देने का, and coolly 85 and above percentage we used to get. But now the times have changed. The times have changed. We need to have proper worksheets. We need to have interactive worksheets. Now we are even talking of interactive boards. The state government has recently launched a new scheme, Jalad Pragat Maharashtra. All the schools have to be made Pragat. All the schools have to be made progressive. All the schools have to be developed. An interactive board is one of the key elements that the schools are supposed to have as part of making the schools digital schools. So coming to the main point, as I was just introduced, I am a municipal administrator. The students, those who come into our schools, come from a very low economic strata. They stay in crammed houses, chawls, slums. Some stay in buildings, but I would only term them as vertical slums. Continuously TV is on in their houses. They just can't concentrate on their studies. The parents, they are not serious about the studies. With the result, the child is not bothered about the studies. There is absenteeism, and the ultimate result is failure. Believe me, when my 10th standard result is declared, I am really scared that day. कि क्या result होगा मेरा? It's a fact. Subsequently, if you see the other side, that is the teachers, our teachers, majority of them would be complaining of poor infrastructure. Throughout the academic year, non-academic duties. Census आ गया, election की duty आ गई. There's a lot of frustration. But this frustration or this lack of motivation is only in my municipal schools? I don't agree. Because here you have state-of-the-art schools, top-notch South Mumbai schools, Western suburb schools, having all the infrastructure, excellent atmosphere, super pay package. But do you really see passion in these teachers? Do you really see empathy in these teachers? Do you really see that these teachers love their students as their own kids? Some of them must be doing, but majority of them, they don't do it. So hence when Savur madam invited me for this creative summit, Soul in Education, firstly, I didn't understand. I immediately went into the Google, typed Soul in Education and made some points. Because I was wondering what exactly is soul in education. And then I phoned her and took some points from her. She said, sir, it's about passion, it's about empathy, it's about love for our kids. Believe me, it's all about love. You have to love the students as your kids. As you are aware that in a school, there are many stakeholders. You have the management, you have the HM, you have the teachers, you have the students, you have their parents, and even you have the community at large. So I am not here only to say that the teachers should love the students. The management should have faith in its staff. The parents should have faith in the school. The kids should love their studies. And the community should show confidence in the school. It's only when we are able to network all these stakeholders, then the whole process will start, and then only we can say that we have soul in education. Soul in education is not just the responsibility of the teachers, because they have their own sets of problems. Friends, I would only give you one or two success stories which we have implemented in Thane Municipal Corporation. Even though I agree that they are on a very small scale, but that model can be replicated in big schools. To give you an example, we started Signal School an year ago. I stay in Ghodbandar Road, and I always take the national highway to go to my residence. Every time I used to see on the signals kids begging or hawking small things. I always used to get disturbed that why these kids aren't being given proper education, being from the education department. Government has its own scheme, Shala Bhai Mula, out of school children. So I realized that here I am having out of school children right in front of my eyes, and I am not doing anything for them. 2 years back, I was a local assistant commissioner of that particular area. I didn't have the education department charge. As an assistant commissioner, I was only responsible for cleanliness, see to it that there are no hawkers. Believe me, I used to come to that signal, confiscate all their materials, shoo them away. But subsequently, when I got the charge of the education department as a deputy commissioner, my vision broadened. I wanted to bring these kids into the formal educational mainstream. Now, these kids, their parents, they all came, I realized that they all come from the drought-prone districts of Maharashtra, prominently Beed and Usmanabad. Drought in their villages, everybody came to Mumbai, and some of them came to Thane city. They were basically agriculturists. They had those basic skills, but they didn't have this so-called vocational skills where they could be directly employed in the cities. So what they used to do, make gajra, sell strawberries. So all the small jobs they do. And the men would do the hawking, and the ladies would do the begging. So they have the child in their arms. It appears that they always give some chloroform vagare, so the child is always sleeping. Or they will always have the hand of the child bandaged as if his hand is fractured. But this was all bogus. The ladies, they will always apply grease on their face. Always they will appear to be crying, which exactly isn't the scene. And their kids begging. So what I did, I contacted a local NGO, Samarth Bharat Vyaspeeth. And believe me, the success of the Signal School is only because of this NGO. Even though we gave the concept to them, but the real success is because of this NGO. Because it's only the NGO that can work at the grassroots level. As a deputy commissioner, or my education officer, or my teacher, they cannot directly interact with the kids. They cannot directly interact with the public at the grassroots level. It was this NGO that directly interacted with the parents, with the kids, spoke in their own language, because initially we faced many hurdles. They had this migratory lifestyle. They didn't have any fixed residence. The language was different because everybody came from the Parde Samaj. It's a very specific language. So unless and until you speak in their own language, they won't trust you. So this NGO contacted some people who were fluent in their local language, and they spoke to them in their local language. Moreover, the parents, they always viewed these kids as an additional source of income. So they were not willing to send these kids to the schools because Saturday आया तो हनुमान जी के मंदिर के बाहर तेल बेचना, शुक्रवार फ्राइडे आया तो संतोषी माता के मंदिर के बाहर में गजरे बेचना. So these were the things these kids were basically into it. It took a long time for the NGO to convince these parents, convince them to send these kids to the schools and study. We realized one thing, that these kids will definitely won't go to the regular schools. They never had bath. Moreover, the parents always wanted the kids to stay right in front of them. I consulted my Honorable Commissioner Sanjeev Jaiswal ji, and he was very kind to agree to what I said. I suggested him, कि sir, instead of sending these kids to a regular school, why don't we bring the school at their doorsteps? महाराष्ट्र शासनाची एक अतिशय सुंदर स्कीम आहे, शाळा आपल्या दारी. जर आपण ती शाळाच त्यांच्या दारी आणली, if we can get that school right at the traffic junction, I believe the parents won't oppose sending their kids to the school. So we searched and we found that Teen Hath Naka in the Thane Municipal Corporation jurisdiction had a big flyover, and below that we had huge space. Thane Municipal Corporation gave the necessary infrastructure, we gave the necessary facilities, we opened a school equipped with digital library, digital class, a playground below a flyover. Many of these schools, they don't have a playground in the... I would really request you to come to Thane and visit this signal school. It's a request. And since this NGO, the volunteers from this NGO were right from the start, right from the inception, believe me, the kids love these didis more than their parents. These didis who are all DEds and BEds who teach these kids, they do with such love as if they are their own kids. So when you're talking about passion, you're talking about empathy, please come and see my signal school. See these teachers. See these teachers. आप मुझे बताइए, सड़क का ऐसा बच्चा, उसको कौन हाथ लगाएगा बताइए? आप में से कितने लोग हाथ लगाएंगे? बहुत कम. These teachers, they give bath to them, they dress them, they give them their morning breakfast, they give them the nutritious meal that is supplied by Thane Municipal Corporation, they teach them academics, they teach them yoga. This is the stage that whatever these teachers tell, the kids follow them blindly. So I'm talking about such kind of relationship even in a normal school. I do agree that Signal School is a very small school. 30 to 35 students. Here we are talking about schools having 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 students. It is very difficult to have such kind of connect in such big schools. I do agree. But the basis or the success story or the basic ingredients that are in the Signal School can be replicated everywhere. Friends, you must be wondering why any government scheme fails. Any government scheme fails because it's top to down. सरकार ने सोचा ये स्कीम बनानी है तो ऊपर से नीचे छोड़ी जाती है. What exactly you need is that the scheme should be from bottom to top. We have to analyze the problem, we have to identify the target, we have to accordingly tailor-made the scheme, and hence came the Signal School. Because we did a homework, we studied at the grassroots level, we understood the problem of the target audience, accordingly we tailor-made the scheme, and hence the Signal School is successful. Accordingly, Thane Municipal Corporation, under the guidance of my very dynamic commissioner, we formulated so many schemes which were only based at the grassroots level. One more element of success of any government scheme is the involvement of NGOs and the involvement of corporates. So if any scheme has to be successful, it has to be bottom to top. We should involve the NGOs and we should involve the corporates. I'm really thankful. I'll just give one name. I'm really thankful to DMART, because it's DMART through the CSR activity. It's DMART through their CSR activity who has financed the entire Parisar Asha project in Thane Municipal Corporation. Fortunately, Thane Municipal Corporation is very lucky because there are many corporates who are coming forward and as part of the CSR responsibility, and they have associated with Thane Municipal Corporation. International firms, multinational firms, huge Indian firms, big supermarkets, everybody has come and they have associated with TMC's education department. Friends, I will only tell you one thing. Love yourself. When you love yourself, when you are proud of yourself, then you will love others. And when you love others, तब passion भी आ जाता है, तब empathy भी आ जाती है, और तब soul भी आ जाती है. And definitely, soul in education will come. I'm really honored that, again I will say I'm really honored and thankful to Parisar Asha for giving me this forum and sharing my ideas and my vision. All the best. Thank you very much.